Since September, students across the world have been creating designs made from 100% recycled materials, all in a bid to nab a spot in the Kouture World Finals taking place in London in October 2023.
Tonight, we celebrate the New York City finalists, all ahead of the World Final announcement, where we name the 10 final designs from New York getting on that plane and competing against 50 other finalists from around the world, all to be crowned Kouture World Designer of the Year. Hello! Welcome to the Kouture New York City Final 2023! Tonight, our global community are tuning in to celebrate our Festival of Finals and the creativity of NYC.
We saw Paris last night and we've still got Abu Dhabi, London and Milan to come this week. So New York, you better knock it out of the park tonight. We're coming off the back of the Dublin City Final last week, so those design teams are waiting on you to join them.
I'm Orla Morris-Doolan.
And I'm Sean Tracy. And we are thrilled to be your hosts for this week's global celebration of creativity, that is Kouture. And in true Kouture fashion, we want to hear from you. So make sure you're posting pictures of your favorite designs, tagging at Kouture and using the hashtag Kouture NYC.
Tonight, it is all about the bright lights of New York. Now, Sean, you and I were lucky enough to actually meet and interview the incredible Kouture New York finalists at the first ever World Final in January. And I think it's fair to say they brought their A game.
Oh yeah.
100%. They were there to win. Let's take a look back at the first ever World Final and the New York designers who graced the catwalk in their stunning recycled couture designs.
Well, versed in saying goodbye to the wrong ones, I get better at moving on every time. Always love me so much more after I'm long gone, but history is the furthest thing from my mind. Doing my thing, working on me, only got eyes for diamonds. Yeah, I'm vibing. Lost what you had, you want it back, but I'm just fine, yeah. Sorry, I'm not crying. I'd rather be with nobody than with somebody who let me be someone I lose. I'd rather be with nobody than with somebody like you. Expectations in the sky for the right one. Put my heart on a pedestal if you want it. Need somebody who needs me to put their hands on me. You were never on that wave if I'm honest.
Goosebumps every time. I love it. The attitude from NYC. I love it. Now, of course, there is one design missing from this lineup. Before we get to this year's New York City Finals, let's look back at our New York City designer for 2022, who was just like you all this time last year.
Isis Deferias Madera created an incredible design named Tree of Life. This design is a homage to Mother Nature. The inspiration came from Isis's memories of banana fibers being used for crafts and the packaging of other products in her native country of Brazil. Here is that show-stopping performance from Tree of Life.
Congratulations to Tree of Life.
I am standing beside our New York Designer of the Year, Isis. You must be beaming inside. Did you have any idea?
Oh my god, no. Of course, we always want to win, but I won so much by just competing in Kouture that I wasn't even thinking about it, and it was a surprise.
But a huge congratulations. You must be absolutely thrilled. Well done, Team New York. Let's go!
What a moment. I don't think I'll ever forget when Isis came out onto stage.
It was so cool.
Everybody was in awe. But that could be you. That could be you this time around. So to find out if your design will be going through to the Kouture World Final taking place in London 2023, tune in to our TikTok Live on Monday the 15th of May, where Sean and I will be bringing you that all-important information.
That's right. The 10 designs chosen by our New York judge will go head-to-head against students from Ireland, Italy, France, the UAE and the United Kingdom, all in a bid to take the title of Kouture World Designer of the Year. and they're all watching. All eyes are on New York tonight.
They absolutely are. And speaking of our judge, this all-fashion expert has the impossible task of choosing only 10 designs. He has followed the design journeys, reviewed their final work, and studied each design individually to get us here tonight. So let's meet him. It's the wonderful Ben Barry. Ben, how are you feeling to be back as a Jean Kouture New York judge this year?
I'm so excited. This is honestly a highlight of my year because the students are just incredible. To see the brilliance of taking so many different types of fan materials and transforming those into these exquisite garments that have such profound meaning. I mean, what could be more fun than that? So yeah, I'm so excited to be back and to see the amazing work.
Well, we're delighted to have you back, and I have to ask a question that is on the tip of everyone's tongue. What are you looking for in the designs?
I think in the designs, I'm looking really for 3 elements. First, I'm looking for storytelling, right? Fashion is about telling a story. Stories of who we are, stories about the impact we have in the world, stories about change. And so I'm looking for designers that are really telling stories through what they're creating. 2, I'm looking for boundless creativity. Fashion is always expanding and changing, and I'm so excited to see designs that are gonna push boundaries creatively. New shapes, new silhouettes, new materials, new combinations of materials. So just the incredible imagination. And I think 3, I'm really looking for that construction and technique. I know designers are working with materials that we do not use every day in the garments that we wear. And so I'm looking for ways in which designers are putting these materials together and thinking about construction.
Thank you, Ben. Well, there you have it. We know exactly what Ben is looking for. Now, I think it's time to see if the New York City finalists can rise to the occasion. But, Sean, something tells me we are in for a real treat. Here are your New York City finalists 2023.
Bringing the energy. I love it. Orla, I think you will agree the talent from our first set of finalists there was just through the roof. The materials used, I mean, we saw discarded sails and sailing gear, VHS tapes and pleather upholstery. It was amazing.
The innovation from the students just gets better and better each year. I really couldn't take my eyes off the birdie design. A whole tutu created from sheer curtain. Now, that is a bit of me. That is a bit of me.
Now let's hear what Ben has to say. Ben, those designs, were there any showstoppers that caught your attention?
Well, first of all, everyone in Group 1 really blew my mind. The care, the thought, the storytelling. was exceptional. One of the teams I was really excited about was Sail to Prevail from North Kingston High School. First of all, I loved the storytelling. It really brought together the craft and the materiality of what was made with an important story around oceans. So the whole garment, the whole outfit was inspired by this idea of sailing. And for me, that was really powerful in how that concept was brought in throughout this beautiful creation, from making the garment out of sails to including numbers from a sailboat, but even deeper than that, thinking of the role of sailing that comes from the designer's own lived experience in the ocean, recognizing how oceans are being destroyed and depleted because of pollution. And I think the firsthand experience for the designer seeing this when sailing really brought this together in this outfit. And I think for me that's really important, is both thinking what is the story that's being told and how is that reflected in how the garment is actually made. And I think Sail to Prevail did this so exceptionally well. I think if I move on then to another group that really stood out to me, Older Motions from the Cambridge School of Weston was really exceptional. I love this idea of thinking of the role of wind in influencing the movement of a garment, right? So often we think about garments on our bodies, but we don't often think about our bodies in motion, and then our bodies in motion in the natural environment. So much of this garment was not only thinking about the garment on the body, and doing so in such a beautiful way with the really like exquisite shoulders, really beautiful silhouette, but also how when the body moves and the wind hits the body and the garment. Again, the construction of this garment is exceptional. Beautiful construction made of like thrown out old white pleather upholstery with this used VHS tapes as an incredible detail on this garment. I'm then going to move on to another design team that really jumped out to me, and this was Mother of Poison. For Mother of Poison, there was such a powerful story about the role of poison ivy in protecting the natural realm, particularly around fragile ecosystems. And it makes me think a lot about the role of clothing in protecting the human body, and really serving as our armor in so many different situations. And I think the way in which this idea of poison ivy and protection came through in this garment was really profound, particularly in thinking through the materials that were used to construct this garment. So the design team used everything from Sprite cans to packing sheets to plastic bottles to old bed sheets, recycled glass, and even the recycled glass was just so beautifully done and sanded so it wouldn't create any harm or any pain. And I think because of the way the construction with this layering, it almost creates this protection for the body and very much mirrors this idea of poison ivy as protecting ecosystems.
Incredible feedback to start off from Ben, but let's keep it moving.
our New York competition is flying it, but I think we knew they would. I have to say, I'm loving the themes behind each design, from joys of childhood to expressing yourself. I think New York have really created some thought-provoking pieces, and they get me. They get me right in the heart. They do.
They're nostalgic.
I love them.
Well. And I couldn't agree more with everything there. I'm also, though, really loving the wide variety of design styles, from minimalist right through to flamboyant. I mean, they really put so much time into developing out their concepts, and we can see that here tonight. Okay, Ben, let's hear what you have to say. What designs stood out to you?
Well, I mean, I'll say Sean and Orla, Group 2 was incredible. Such amazing designs and amazing designers. One designer that really stood out to me was Kawameka from the High School of Fashion Industries. This was just an impeccably created garment. The fit, the silhouette, the detail, the colors, just visually, it was so compelling. And of course, then the way it fit on the body was beautiful. But even more so, I think the meaning and the story behind this garment. Here we have a garment that is inspired both by the designer's Colombian heritage and also as a tribute to their mom. And so thinking about all of the elements in this garment, all of those symbolize both their Colombian heritage, and also the role, the love, the support that their mom plays in their life. Moving on to the next design that really jumped out to me, Group 2, was Egoist. First, I think this design shows the role of photography and art direction in not just showcasing a garment, but in showcasing the message behind that garment. You know, this garment was very much inspired by the idea that we need to move from this individual mentality where we're only thinking about ourselves to a collective mentality, when we need to think about our relationship to other people, to the environment, and it's only by thinking in the collective that we're going to be able to move to a more just and sustainable world. And the ways in which this garment and the imagery that they used to capture it really reflected that idea of the harm of an individual mindset was just brilliant. Thinking about being on the motorcycle and again, driving just forward, only seeing what's in front of you, really brought that to life in a beautiful way. I also want to comment on Magical Night by Fordham High School for the Arts. Again, I think first off, what jumped out to me here was just the joy that is coming from the design of this garment, the multiple kind of colors and textures that just like jump off this garment and immediately just bring like a smile to your face and make you feel happy. And then I think very much that feeling is what the design team or designer wanted to represent. And of course, really creative use of materials, from buttons to paper from magazines to tissue paper, candy wrappers, all been put together to create really joyous texture that symbolizes exactly what they have intended to do.
Sean, I can't imagine what the students at home must feel like when Ben Barry talks about their designs.
Yes.
All the hard work that's gone in, and now Ben Barry is discussing them. That is incredible. What a feeling it must be. And speaking of designs, I think we should get straight back into it because we have plenty more to come. Have a look at this.
It's the final batch of our 2023 New York finalists. Let's go. Are you kidding?
Okay, New York. Okay.
You know what stood out to me about the New York team last year? They were kind of the most galvanized. They were there as Team New York.
They had built their community.
Absolutely.
100%.
And I think we can see that again here tonight, because last year we were told New York are going for the win. And today we can see they're definitely going for the win. They're coming for the crown this year. There were some really cool and fun accessories in this group. They got very creative in making their designs stand out.
And I really couldn't get over the techniques used throughout. Not only are they these incredible, big, flamboyant, colourful pieces, the techniques are incredible. We've seen the weaving of plastic bags, sewing of wallpaper and denim to bring all these interesting materials together. I can't fathom it. So let's get over to Ben and have a chat with him. Ben, what is your verdict? What caught your eye?
I think the storytelling that we've seen in Group 1 and Group 2 just continues in Group 3. Sean and Orla, I am really excited by the designs in this group. One design that jumped out to me was iridescence. I mean, I'm just in awe of this construction. It's so beautifully fitted to the body. It's so exquisite in the detail around the neck. And to think that all of this is made out of plastic bags that were cut into strips, that were used and knotted to create this incredible garment. And again, of course, like so many of the beautiful pieces we're talking about today, it's not just exquisitely crafted, but it also is sending a really important message by having the wearer, by having the viewer really reflect on the damage and the pollution done to the world, particularly by continuously throwing out plastic bags every day. The idea here that plastic bags, yes, they can be used to carry things, but they can also be turned into these incredible garments. So ruffled dictionary feathers was another design I thought was incredible. My jaw hit the floor. The silhouette, the construction is just so captivating. The base of the dress was created by discarded wallpaper, and then this incredible dramatic ruffled sleeve is created by pages from a dictionary. You know, a discarded dictionary that maybe now is out of date, a new edition comes out, but you can use that old dictionary to create this dramatic, beautiful sleeve. Lost Beauty was also just incredibly constructed and incredibly made. Again, this is a profound story about Mother Earth and how Mother Earth is losing their natural beauty because of all of the hazardous materials that aren't being recycled properly. And so very much the designer wanted to take those materials, create this exquisite dress, but one that obviously shows this kind of idea of death and destruction. Even if we just look at the very kind of base at this dress, showing how, right, these are the roots that are darker, that are browning, that aren't, you know, that are dying and decaying slowly. And of course, using really incredible materials, right? 630 pages of an old dictionary, dried leaves, cardboard, an old plastic table cover, bottles, twigs, an old pair of shoes, right? All of this. And I also want to comment on the role here of accessories. I think, again, the neck piece. For the designer, it's symbolizing kind of how Mother Earth is being almost like strangled in many ways because of the destruction, but also really completes the look and brings it all together. So such care and thoughtfulness went into this design.
Thank you, Ben. And before you go and make your decision, I need to ask, after seeing all of the incredible design showcased here tonight, there were a lot of wow moments. In comparison to last year, what has stood out to you most in this year's competition?
So last year there was definitely amazing storytelling, but it's even deeper and like more profound this year. What I've really seen is designers are thinking about, how does the story I want to tell come through in all of my design choices? So what does this symbolize? What's the message behind this material? How does that relate back? And that, of course, makes my job so much fun because I get to be completely captivated by this world and this story that designers are bringing me into.
Ben, do you have any advice or words of wisdom for the students who make it through to the Kouture World Final in London 2023? I know they're all sitting at home hoping and praying that it is them right now, so any words of wisdom?
Take advantage of meeting other student designers from around the world. If we're going to really tackle climate justice, social justice, it requires us all to work together from around the world to understand our differences, to understand points of connection, and to work as a collective. And the World Finals is really that opportunity to do that, to connect with other designers and think about how together, collectively, we can make change through fashion.
Ben, thank you for your time. All that's left for you to do now is the very simple and easy job of deciding the top 10 designs heading to the Junkature World Final in London 2023. Very grateful that's not on my to-do list.
Yes.
But if you want to find out if your design will be hitting the catwalk in London City, tune in to our TikTok Live at Junkature on Monday the 15th of May, where myself and Orla will be bringing you that all-important information.
You know, I think my favourite part about going live on TikTok is that we have our entire global community in one place.
Yes.
We can interact with you guys, we can talk with you guys, and we can just get to know you and like leave comments, get that friendship going all ahead of the Junkature World Final. And we're on opposite sides of the world to each other, and we're building our own community. How cool. I love it.
Very cool. Speaking of communities, our alumni community plays a vital role in Junkature, which is why we're delighted to launch the Junkature Future Leaders Programme, a community of Junkature alumni striving to create change in the world and become Junkature ambassadors. Does this sound like something you're into? Well, take a look at this. Your competition cycle might be over, but your journey with Junkature doesn't have to end. Introducing Junkature Future Leaders, the ultimate network for young creatives, future fashion designers, sustainability enthusiasts, and innovative leaders ready to make their mark as the future leaders of our world. As an alumni, you can get access to industry events and workshops, the chance to feature in campaigns and photo shoots, and even the possibility of securing work experience or mentorships with our global partners, all whilst we continue to spotlight your talents to our creative community.
One of my favourite things that I did was I was part of their global launch in London and Paris. It was totally empowering walking down the street in these unreal cities.
Junkature has done so much for me. It has boosted my confidence immensely.
So Junkature really shaped my career choices, as I've always known I wanted to do fashion, but this just pushed me to make that decision.
You have those connections with people that keep on building and building. And that creates like a great community for basically everyone.
But there's more. For alumni who are ready to take their involvement with Junkature to the next level, you can become a Junkature ambassador, representing the voices of youth and driving change in the world by speaking on global stages and platforms. So what are you waiting for? The world needs your voice and vision because you are a future leader.
So many incredible opportunities to get involved there. So head on over to www.junkature.com to apply. Now, one alumni who has not only been an amazing Junkature representative, but has also gone on to study fashion at Central St. Martin's in London is the one, the only Maxime O'Sullivan. Maxime has been working alongside our technical judge, Jane Levy, the programme director for fashion design at Griffith College, as Junkature student judge for this year's City Final. And he is here tonight to share his feedback on all of the designs he has seen here tonight. So please welcome Junkature 2019 Designer of the Year from Ireland. It's Maxime!
Maxime, it is so great to chat with you again. I have to ask, in comparison to your time at Junkature, what has stood out to you most in this year's competition?
Yes, so obviously Junkature has just grown so much that it's great to see so many different angles on Junkature. So I think the Irish, we've done it in one way, but it's great to see all these different markets and cities do it in different ways, and they bring different stories and different skills and almost different values to Junkature. That it's just fascinating to see it.
And Maxime, as you saw here tonight, New York holds nothing back. They are here for the crown. So what designs caught your eye tonight?
So I thought New York was such a great region too. Lots of so well constructed garments and tailoring that just fit the body amazingly, and nothing I could ever have done, but fair play to them. So the ones that really stood out to me were Kawameka, Pavonine and Mother of Poison. So Mother of Poison, I thought that the finishings were just absolutely stunning. Such thought put into the materials and really creating such well finished and absolutely next level garment, but again telling such an important story, so I was beyond impressed. Pavonine as well was such a well tailored garment and so high fashion haute couture that I was beyond impressed, and the materials used were so tough to manipulate, but they've done it so well that it was amazing. And Kawameka as well, it told me such an important story and the amount of materials that they collected through the different communities and the way they just put them together to make all these different outfits and garments, well, all these different garments put together into the outfit. So much work put in, and I thought it was absolutely amazing.
Thank you so much, Maxime. What a full circle moment to go from designer to judge. I mean, it just shows the opportunities for Junk Kouture ambassadors.
And speaking of opportunities within Junk Kouture, I think this is the perfect time to remind our students at home what they're competing for tonight.
Wow, what a trip, what a destination. That could be you and your design on that plane. So to find out if that's going to be the case, if you will be one of the 10 designs from New York hitting the catwalk at the second Junk Kouture World Final in 2023, tune into our TikTok Live at Junk Kouture on Monday 15th, where we will be announcing it live to the world.
And don't forget, we want to know who you are supporting, so get tagging and posting your pics on Instagram at Junk Kouture and using hashtag JunkKoutureNYC. That is all from us here tonight, so congratulations New York, you did it. The hard work, passion, dedication all paid off, and you have made your mark on the world by taking action against climate change, so well done you.
I'm so buzzed, genuinely, to see everyone here tonight. And just so you know, you are actually changing the future of the world through your innovation and creativity showcased here tonight. It mightn't feel like it, might just feel like you just finished a project, but that is actually what you're doing. So never stop creating.
Never stop. And we want to say a huge thank you to our wonderful judge, Ben Barry, as well as our long-standing technical judge, Jane Levy, and show-stopping student judge, Maxime O'Sullivan. And to each and every school teacher, and not forgetting friends and families that have supported these young creatives over the past couple of months, because it is a trying journey, but you have all gotten there in the end.
Now, don't forget to tune in tomorrow when we will be bringing you our next city final. And if you miss any of this week's city finals, don't worry, okay? No need to stress. They'll be here on YouTube for you to watch over and over and over again with your dog or your cat or your uncle or your auntie.
Or anyone who will watch it with you. So set those reminders for TikTok Live Monday, 15th of May for that all-important World Final announcement. We can't wait. We'll see you tomorrow.
Good night.
Night.